Welcome to What the Churches Won't Tell You on Sunday morning. This is a dream that God gave me about a false prophet. Let's go. Back in 2017, I went to bed one night and I had this crazy dream. And I knew it was from God because of how vivid it was. But I knew it was from God once I got confirmation that this false prophet is an actual person. So I went to bed and I had this dream. And I had this dream, I was walking into like an old, the best way I know how to describe it is one of them old churches from like the 1400s with the stones and the walls and the big oval doors and the moisture on the walls and the stairs. It was like ancient. So I'm walking through this church and I go up these stairs and I head up the stairs through this oval door opening and I turned left. When I turned left and walked in there was a whole congregation full of women, and there was a preacher who was standing at the pulpit with a long gown with a big cross on it, and his skin was ash gray. So I'm standing there and this preacher looks at me and he goes, "Well, look who it is. Would you like to preach?" As the congregation was applauding me. So I looked at him and I said, "Yeah, sure, I'll preach." And he looks at me and he says, "No." And as this preacher was just staring at me, I look over to my right at this congregation full of women. But there's one woman in the front who stands out amongst all of them. So I'm looking at this particular woman and she has white eyes. Pure white eyes and a white smile from ear to ear and long black hair past her shoulders. And as I stare at her, she's just smiling away, smiling and smiling, while the rest of them just applaud. To be honest with you, it scared the hell out of me. So as I'm staring at this woman, I'm freaked out at this point because everything about this felt completely evil. So I leave. And the next thing I know, I'm walking out of this church and I'm running down, not running, but I'm walking down the street and I come upon this body. It's a woman's body, all contorted, laying on the ground, and it was just crazy, man. I walk past this woman laying on the ground, and then all of a sudden I start hearing her bones snap back together. I look behind me and she's putting herself, standing up, putting herself back together. It was crazy, man. And she started laughing and chasing me. And all she could do was scream, "I'm gonna get you." I woke up from this dream and I was terrified. But I woke up from this dream and I grabbed my Bible and I just held onto my Bible and just started reading it, and I was sweating and my heart was racing. I mean, it was absolutely insane. So some time goes by and I'm on another social media platform scrolling, and as I swiped up, I saw the person that God had shown me in my dream. This person lives across the country from me, and literally across the country. I never knew this person, but God put this man's face right on my telephone screen. This man is a false prophet from Texas, and his name is Prophet Joshua Holmes. I'm about to show you a picture of what this gentleman looks like, but his eyes will get you. Check this out. Here he is, guys. This is Joshua Holmes, a false prophet from Texas. This is the man that I saw in my dream disguised as a woman. So now, years later, he has long hair, which, like I said, in my dream, I found significant. He has the long hair, the white smile. He has very white eyes in other photos, you guys. And I'm about to tell you why in the dream he looked like a woman. So, this Joshua Holmes looked like a woman in my dream because he has a cult following of all women. They all have their first names But every single one of them, their last name is Holmes. They follow him. They call him their king, their prophet. They call him their King Jesus. We're living in the last days, and false prophets are rising everywhere. But this cat, man, he has a cult following, like I said, of all women. And in the dream, he had long hair, the white eyes, the big white smile, sitting with all these women because he was hiding behind these women. And that is what the Lord showed me. But the Lord showed me that the spirit that is dwelling within him, that is using him, is ancient evil. And the preacher who was in the pulpit in my dream, he had this hairdo, right? And Mr. Joshua Holmes used to have a sidekick, and his name was Juan. And he was the guy who was preaching in the pulpit because they did a video collaboration thing together where Juan is the pastor and Joshua Holmes is the prophet. If you're in Texas and you see this cat, don't listen to him. He is not sound in his doctrine, and he is a false prophet sent from the devil. Pray for this man. He needs our prayers, man, because in that dream, what God showed me, what caught my attention the most was, if that is how God views him, so if he sees this video, you need to repent, man. You need to repent fast because God is hot on your trail. I'm not making threats at all. I do not threaten people. I am exposing darkness, the works of darkness, and I will expose any and all false prophets I ever come across. But God gave me a dream about this man, and this guy's across the country from me. I had no idea who this dude was. That's how concerned God is with the well-being of not only him, but the women that he's deceiving. The book of Matthew says that in the last days many false prophets shall arise, coming in the name of the Lord. And this guy calls himself a prophet and lets his followers call him their king. Like I said, I'm not hating on nobody. I'm exposing a false prophet. This man's using all these women. So I took it upon myself to go into other social media platforms and start individually writing these followers and exposing him. And like most cult followers, there's not much success. I pray that they find the real Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And I pray that God dethrones this man. Anyway, share this video, especially if you guys know anyone in Texas. This cat can't keep doing these things. God, he's got his eye on Mr. Joshua Holmes. Anyways, I love you guys. Spread it. There's too many of these false prophets and false Christs around here, man. There's way too many, and they're taking everyone to hell that follow them, with them. I love you. Be encouraged. Jesus is coming. Now give God all the glory and give the devil hell.